Hey guys, day 4 of the stretching program. We're going to be looking at the hips again. This time we're going to be looking at the front, so we're going to be looking at the quads and then the hip flexors, so straight in where the leg meets the hip there. We're going to start by rolling out the quads. So foam roller here again, if you don't have one using a tennis ball, it's just going to be a little bit more difficult with that. So see how you go. Setting up onto your front, you can either do one leg on this or both, up to you. It'll be a little bit easier if you're doing both at the same time. Start down at the knee, find a nice sore spot on both of those legs there, holding it out, and then slowly just bring it up towards the hip, making about 10 stops on your way up there and just feeling out some of that pain. Once you're done there, we're going to go into a standing quad static stretch. So, standing up, what we're going to do is just pull that one leg straight up to you and holding out. We're going to hold here about 40 seconds on one side and 40 seconds on the other. That's just to get us a little bit loose for this next stretch, which is a little bit harder. This next one is a kneeling position, and we're going to go through a PNF stretch on this one again, guys. So, into a kneeling position, you're going to grab that back foot and bring it up. What you're going to do here is hold 10 seconds, then that back foot, you're going to push into that hand 10 times, and then pull yourself through again, holding for 30. Then pushing for 10 again, holding for 30, and making sure that you swap over and do exactly the same for your other side as well. Once done there, we can go into some hip flexor leans. This is just to warm up the hip flexors before we get into some deep stretching of them. So what you're going to do is just in a kneeling position again, guys, we're just going to be rocking back and forth, bring you in and out of that hip flexor stretch. So basically we want to be stretching straight through the front of the groin there, just leaning into it, leaning back out. Go until you've done about 30 on one side, about the pace that I was going then. Swap over and do 30 on the other side. Then we're going to jump into a static stretch of the hip flexor. So just leaning forward. If you want to bring on the stretch a little more, the leg that is back, squeeze that bum cheek nice and tight. It will bring that stretch on just a little bit stronger again for you guys. Both sides again there, sorry guys. Once you're done, we're going to go into a PNF hip flexor stretch. This time we're going to be up on the toe. So you're going to set up in exactly the same position again. This time taking both hands, placing them on the inside of that front foot. Then we're going to push up onto that back toe. Now hold this stretch 10 seconds, then push your back heel down towards the ground 10 times, and then holding out another 30, push again for 10, hold for 30, and then swapping over and doing the other side. Same thing as we did for your other hip stretch day. Once you're done there, we want to go through 10 nice low squats. So just coming up, and now that you're feeling a little bit looser, just getting through nice and low. Again, playing around with your foot position and just finding out what works best for you. That's day 4.